shit, there were so many of them, man. Damn, I can't remember. But, let me think. I remember, well, do you remember when we all went to Austin to see Mudhoney and 7 Seconds? That was kind of when I was first with Ruben, and we fried out that night. Oh my God, Raul Garza is the best person in the world to do acid with. Have you ever had the pleasure? Oh my God. We probably called you guys at 8 o'clock in the morning one morning telling you your hands and feet were going to disappear at noon. You remember that? Nobody thought it was funny, but then we started dialing random numbers, and this one lady was like, oh my God, well I guess I better take a shower. And Raul was like, yep, you better be sitting down too. Don't be frying nothing. You'll topple over into the oil. And oh fuck, it was funny. But oh, you know what? One of my first shows was at the T-Heads. I think it was Brutal Poverty. Yeah, I used to have pictures from that. But and I hung out with Spike a lot too. I think I worked at Bel Air, you know, that drugstore with the fountain. I worked there, and he used to always pick me up from work, and I was always scared because you remember Denise? She was a scary bitch. She would kick people's asses and shit. But she never fucked with me. But the night of Green Day, I had been up there in Houston visiting Spike. We saw Smashing Pumpkins, and I came back down and we saw Green Day. And fucking Ruben, I got stranded somehow and I needed a ride home, and he was giving the drummer from Green Day a ride, and he made me sit on his lap because there was another chick, and he was just like, he was being an asshole. But anyway.
So that was the actual Green Day show, the one that they played?
I went to the one that they didn't show up at too, and that was kind of weird because I was with my new boyfriend and Ruben's band was playing, and he was playing a song that was obviously about me, you know, and I was like, let's go, we gotta go. You know, but then my new boyfriend too, actually Wolf's dad, he was, well, first of all, he was normal, which sucked. And he wanted me to sit at a table, and I saw all my friends going by, you know, and I was like, hey, hi, bye, you know, and he didn't want to, and I would have been gone anyway. If I would have got up, he wouldn't have seen me again for the rest of the night. So, but yeah, Ruben played that song, and I was just like, okay, it's time to go, you know, so. But yeah, the Green Day show was fucking awesome. One
of the memories that I have heard about is the Selk show at
Bayfest.
Tell me a little bit about that.
That was cool. Well, we had planned it to where it was supposed to be like a big ass cage, and I was supposed to be like a go-go dancer type thing, right? But the day of the show, they had a little 4-foot like canary cage. It was like this big around, and it was like 4 feet tall. And of course, Ruben got all pissed off as soon as I walked in. They said, "Go get in your cage, Beth," and he's all fucking. He was all pissed. But so I got in the cage, and were you at that show? Okay, well. It was crazy. They had all this shit on the stage, TVs, and you know how they would bang on metal drums with crowbars and shit. I mean, the whole stage was just packed with shit. And yeah, so like Craig would be banging on a steel drum with a crowbar, and at one point he came up, Craig McGonigal, and put a gas mask on me, and I was smoking a cigarette, so I was pissed off. I took it out. Well, right then he broke a TV next to me, and all this gas came out, and I was like, oh shit, you know. So, but actually, they wound up having to make a recording of that show because they did like $1,500 of damage to the stage, so they had to sell tapes of that show. But one thing I do remember about that show is at one point Spike said something like, yeah, this song is for all those roaches that call themselves white supremacists, and they were all right there in the front row, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in a cage, I can't get out of here, because they looked ready to rush the stage. And then Spike he looked insane as hell. I thought he was going to pick me up at one point and throw me into the crowd because, I mean, he was scary. He really was. I was like, oh, fuck. What did I do? What have I gotten into? But, yeah, they were pissed. And
so what happened?
Well, they actually, our anti-racist friends came up, and they were just kind of there in front of them like bouncers, sort of. And there was no really fights or anything, but I mean, it was touch and go for a minute there. It really was. It was scary.